one of the worst things that you guys can do is allow other people, other external people, whether it's friends, family, whether it's people that you come across, that dictate your reality. That means your inner state is not strong enough. Because if it was strong enough, it would be able to push back or not give any room to those external people the opportunity to start creating your reality. So welcome to my channel. It's Annie, your Psychic Limitless Mindset Manifestation Coach. That was a very key example that I just given you. When you step into 2024, really be firm that no external factors, whether it's people, friends, or people that you meet, whoever it may be, don't allow them to influence your internal. Get your internal state so strong that it withholds anything external. It pushes it back. No, that does not influence my internal. My internal state is so strong that it's creating the reality of the desire that I want. That's the person you want to be. Because I'm telling you, you will come across people who will try to wobble you in many different ways. Now, a key example that I will give you here is there's a client which I read for, and she's connected to this gentleman that I picked up. And I said to her, he's getting married, he's due to get married in March, right? It's more the family pushing the agenda on him. Great, fine. At the same time, you've got the person who he's marrying, which is the lady. Her mother is doing a lot of manifestations that this marriage will happen. But there's two things that are wrong. One, even though the mother is doing the manifestation for the daughter that she gets married to this particular guy, granted that, yes, a marriage could take place, but didn't think about what could happen after. Would it stick? Will that manifestation stick? No. Why? Well, first and foremost, the connection between them two is non-spiritual. Second, they both don't really have a desire to be with one another. Thirdly, would they actually start spiritually evolving? And to spiritually evolve, you need to develop your inner state as well. So are they going to address those areas? Highly unlikely. So that is what happens. If you allow external people, external factors to influence the internal, you will find yourself in situations, particularly if it's a life-changing decision, marriage and stuff, you're going to be on the wrong track. And this is a classic example of a culture where the parents are pushing the agenda onto the children. I mean, parents don't always get it right. The matchmakers in most cultures don't get it right. I mean, are they psychic? No. So what is it based off? Another example that I'll give you is a client came to me, and when I connected with her, there was a business idea that she's thinking of when she was in her 20s. She's now in her 30s. And I said, right, what happened with this business idea? She said, my mum said it's not going to work. It's going to be disastrous. Get yourself a stable job. I was like, right. So your mother's limiting beliefs on what you should and shouldn't do, right, has now put you in the situation where you are now, where you're very unhappy. You're not exactly happy with your career and the position that you're in. So what's going on? Why is it that she's allowed to be that much of an influence in your journey? Why have you not got behind developing your inner state? I didn't really think of that. Right. Another example is a personal one of mine, is when I stepped into my abilities and I started incorporating it within manifestation coaching, and I got more in the public eye as I'm doing now. A lot of opinions from friends and family came my way. I was like, oh, hold up. Where's this opinion coming from? Because I ain't listening to this. And you know why? Because my inner state is so solid. It was so solid that no one is going to shift me from doing what I'm meant to be doing or what I desire to do. So that is the importance, guys, and don't underestimate it, of your inner state work. And I say it to my clients all the time. You guys don't realize just how lucky you are with how I'm working with you and how much you guys have changed within a couple of months. One of the exercises that I want you to do here now in 2024 is look at those top influencers. Look at those people where you think, wow, how did they do it? How did they do it? Just ask yourself that question. And I tell you, the common trait with all of them is that they did not allow any external factors to influence their internal. There was nobody or nothing or no situation that influenced inside. It was their inside world that created their reality. It's as simple as that. Now, all those people who have, really like excelled and you're like, wow, how did they get where they got to? It's because they don't listen to other people's opinions. They stayed in their lane. They didn't compete against anyone else. The only person they competed with was themselves. That's all they did. It was just them looking in the mirror and thinking, right, what am I going to do better? How am I going to improve? What's my next strategy? What's my game plan? They're looking at themselves in the mirror. So compete against yourself, stay in your lane, and voice out anyone that does not serve you. You don't need it. Don't need your limiting factors on me, on my energy. Don't need your energy taking a toll on me, right? You really get behind thinking like that as a 5-dimensional being. Now, when you're in that element, what you'll find, and what I found, was certain family members or certain friends will call you selfish. Well, you know what? If that's your sweet opinion of me, then thank you very much. That's all you say. So I remember once, and I remember very clearly, that just before I was about to head off to New York, a certain family member said a few things to me that really questioned me, my next steps. Am I doing the right thing? Should I even be doing it? And, I was about to not go to New York at that time as well, with how much it really influenced my internal. So what I did was I sat with my father, because at that time my father was diagnosed with his terminal illness, and he's there sitting down, watching his Simpsons, his cartoon, and I told him what was said, and he didn't say anything. He went to the kitchen, and he came back with a Kit Kat chocolate, and he gave it to me. And as I was opening up the chocolate and I was taking bites, the one thing he said to me was, don't you ever allow anyone to tell you what you can or can't do. No one has that right over you, because as you enter into this world, you are going to leave this world the same way. The way you came is the way you're going to go back. So the only person that needs to be accountable of this journey, of this physical lifetime, is you. I was like, wow. I was like, whoa, what the heck was I thinking? How can I allow that external person or their opinions and their voices to really influence my internal? Like, why would I do that? Like, that's just going to cause delays, and that's going to cause me off my track. And no. This life is all about me living authentic to me. And that's something that you guys can all take away from it. So the clients that I'm working with, they're like, thank God, Annie, you're in my life. Thank God. Because if I'd listened to this person, or if I was engaging with this person, or, oh my God, I would have been so slowed down. I was like, see? I was like, this is why it's so important to get behind your internal state. This is why I've introduced something like the Warriors. That is why I want you to get your vibration raised up to 997. I want you to be in your limitless potential energy. And that's what we want to work with. That's what we want to unfold. That's what we want to tap into. And I want you guys to recognize just how spiritually strong you guys can all be in your own different ways. The one thing that you do not want to regret on is not being able to create your reality, your desire of how it should look like. So getting behind that inner state, it is like your investment. It is like, oh my God, now I'm seeing things in a whole different way. Now I'm fast tracking myself. Now I'm really getting behind what I should have done years back. And you're going to get that feeling as soon as you start tapping into the internal work. So when you're ready to learn more about tapping into that limitless energy of yours, getting that vibration raised to 997, getting behind your inner work, fast tracking yourself, you can head over to my website, check me out, register your interest. Because remember, guys, this is all about you. It's not about me. This is about you. So the only person that's going to invest in you is you. That is it. Simple as that. You can also subscribe over to my channel, and don't forget to check out my other videos. But until then, guys, take care. And remember, it's all about you.